kids, we're doing a response video. This one's going out to the Kansas kid who just asked the biggest question, the only question that really matters in the stacking game. Why? What is it doing? What is it supposed to be doing? So, it's a big question, and there's no simple answer except for this. Silver and gold are supposed to have intrinsic value. The only thing you're doing when you purchase silver and gold is you are betting against paper dollars. You are saying a real dollar looks like this. All right? And that these FRNs that we have in our pockets right, do not equal real money. That's ultimately what you're doing. You wanted the simplest answer, there it is. But there's a little more to it than that. Because that would have been true a year ago, or even probably 8 months ago. But the fact of the matter is that right now, silver is acting as an investment vehicle. If you invested in January of this year in a bunch of this, you're up 100%. So honestly, all bets are off. I don't know what it's supposed to be doing. I know what it is doing. And what it is doing is paying dividends if you actually sell. Now, does that mean you should sell and trade it for FRNs? Well, that depends on where you think things are going. If you don't have a stack of this, you'll probably have to sell some of this because hard times, I think, are coming. I think AI, the job markets are rough. I think AI is going to destroy a lot of jobs. I don't think they have an actual plan on what to do after that happens. I know that corporations are going to do corporation things, and that means they're going to get as efficient as they can with their spending into profit ratios, right? Inlays versus outlays. And the problem with that is it ignores the human element. And once humans become replaceable cogs completely, then you get unrest and civil disobedience. History shows it again and again. Then you get unrest, right? As governments topple or become totalitarian dictatorships in response to the revolution. So counter-revolutions occur. You can have a crazy situation like we did in France at the turn of the 19th century, right? We went from Robespierre to Napoleon back to the monarchy. And then, as the 19th century went on, things got worse and worse. And then things got better, right? And those are the cycles. This stuff, I'm not just babbling here. This stuff has always been real money through all the times I'm talking about. It's never not been real money. Even now, they still make real money coins that you can get at real money prices, okay? You understand? So, I would make the argument that it is doing what it's always done, and that is acting as real money, not speculative money, not constantly being destroyed by inflation by design money. Because this isn't really money. There's nothing backing this. This is backed by what's in it. And that's the difference. That is what it does. You are betting against the Federal Reserve every time you buy silver. You may not realize you're doing that. Now, gold's the same animal if you're talking about the monetary money aspect. Monetary aspect, the monetary metal aspect. So, gold and silver are both monetary metals. They've both been monetary metals since the dawn of human history. And there's no reason that I've ever heard to think that they won't be in the future. That's the thing. Yeah, I've heard a lot of nonsensical naysayers but they've all been proven wrong. You know, I also remember hearing the GSR will never drop below 80 again. Just a couple months ago. Okay, well, we all know that was bullshit. So what I'm telling you is all this stuff is cyclical, and this is a game, and all of these things have their time to shine. Okay, their time to shine wanes and, you know, ebbs and flows, and you got to know what to do when the time is right. Okay, so when is that? Well, if you're trying to get the exact peaks and valleys of the market, you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. But what you can do is you can play the odds. So right now, I'm not giving investment advice again, but right now silver prices are going up. And on my channel, we actually have a guess the price by the end of December video. And if you put in the right guess, you get to tell me what my next video is going to be. And you get to write me a script, and I'm within reason, but I'm pretty easygoing. So, you know, it'd take a lot for me not to do what you're wanting, honestly. Like, it'd have to be really goofy for me to say no, honestly, because you're winning a prize. I don't think winning a prize should be, well, you know, a prize. But what I am going to tell you is the price of silver is going up. It's moving like crazy, and that scares a lot of people, and I understand that. Nominally speaking, silver has never been higher than it is right now. Now, if you adjust for inflation, that's not true. But that tells you all the more that you need to watch the technicals, right? Do your own due diligence. You need to watch the big picture. So, is silver in a deficit? Yes or no? So what do I mean by that? Well, do we produce as much as we use in any given year? And if the answer is no, then you have to ask yourself, how long is that sustainable? At what point do the markets move with that information? By the way, this stuff, unless you're getting it way under metal, I don't recommend it, but that's just me. Do your own due diligence. But if you get way under metal, it's a fine buy. So, if we're producing more of this stuff per year, right, we have a surplus. So what I want you to do is do your homework and tell me, when was the last time the world had a surplus of silver? Then the next thing I want you to ask yourself is, how is most silver produced? And if you know the answer is that most silver is actually a byproduct, right, of copper production and zinc production and other base metal production, and that the silver mines don't even really matter anymore as far as global production, then you'll start to see something. So I just told you guys earlier that the job market is looking rough, okay? The other thing that's down is industrial output. Industrial production is down globally. Check it out. So one thing you have to realize is that base metals don't have a monetary factor. Silver has always been money. Gold has always been money. And to a lesser extent, platinum has always been money. A lot of people don't realize that, but electrum does contain platinum, and therefore, technically speaking, because the first coins were electrum and silver and gold. Actually, I think electrum most, and silver, and then copper. You know, I would argue copper has more of a monetary history than platinum, but I will include platinum in the monetary metals. I do not include any of that other crap, though. But if you're looking for a monetary inclination on a metal, silver and gold and copper are going to be your main ones. Although these days, copper nickel is and aluminum, really. Yeah. So what the metals are doing, right, is they are giving you intrinsic value because they're made of that metal, whatever that metal is, right? So in silver's case, you've got the monetary history. You've also got $11. Huh. Crazy to think these are worth $20 now. I have half a mind to go to the pawn shop. They have about 5 or 8 of these that I can grab for $20 right now. But then I'm like, I bought enough silver yesterday. We don't need no more silver. Especially, considering I'm used to paying $6.95 or $11. But I will say this, as far as Federal Reserve note values go on this stuff, guys, you only lose when you sell at a loss. You know what I mean? Now, you do have to adjust for inflation. So $1 today is not the same as $1 was when this note was printed in, oh boy, what year were you printed? Oh, there you are. 2017. So this note was worth more when it was printed in 2017 than it is now. That's a fact. Check the inflation, check the CPI. Whereas, and I think this will spell it out better than anything, this coin has only gone up, right, in value since 2017. I mean, ebb and flow, but it's held value, and that is the main power. So, yeah, to answer your question, Kansas Kid, this will never be worthless. It has never been worthless in all of human history. There is no reason to believe it will be worthless, despite what some will tell you. Because we have always valued this. Not only is it used for solar panels and electric cars and a whole host of other things, but above all else, we value these shiny metals. We see them as a store of value. They will always, there's something in our reptilian brain that's just drawn to this stuff, okay? That's why you're all hoarding it. Oh, I know, I'm being mean. That's why you're all hoarding it. You have that reptilian brain going crazy for the shiny. Anyway, that's all I got on it. Have an amazing day. Thanks for watching. If you have any specific questions, I'll be happy to field them in the comments. Do remember to find all the collectibles of your dreams while you're awake. Oh, I do have one more thing to do. Hey, this is for the FG stacker. He's an OG YB for you and me. And we are going to see something that he will find quite captivating. It's not this, although this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Can you believe these are worth $45 now? Think about that. That's crazy town. I thought when I bought it for $22.88, I was like, wow, that's a lot of money. War nickel, I paid $1.20 for these war nickels. Back in 2011, I bought these for $1.20 each. Yeah, it was my first war nickels I ever got. Yesterday I bought this at the pawn shop for, buku money. Crazy money. Just, to me, crazy money, because I'm used to paying, the regular, not the unleaded. All right, this is for the FG stacker. Radio Gaga. There it is. And I paid for this coin $74.55. So, just so you know, bud, you got a great deal on yours at $40. So don't feel bad. It's all about that. And I paid $17 for this, which is way under melt now, but paid $25 for this one. All right, cool kids. Take care, and thank you so much for watching.